Malcolm, can you briefly explain the approval process, I guess, just because there is a level of assessment that goes on, but it might be different to assessment that occurs in a development assessment sort of system.
Yes, look, we are our own planning authority, but I think the process we go through with our developer partners historically has been very much on a partnering basis. And I understand in other planning regimes, let's say Brisbane City Council, where you have to, it's very much an assessment process. It's about compliance with rules and compliance with guidelines. We have rules and guidelines through our own planning scheme, the Approved Development Plan, but almost in every instance, I can't think of one instance, both in my time as CEO or even prior to that, where there hasn't been a very close collaboration between the developer who has won the right to develop that piece of land, us working very closely with that person and their design team to actually contribute to the outcome. And I think that's one of the key stories about Southbank's success. It has been through strong collaboration about putting design quality at the core of much of those negotiations. And I think we've reaped the dividend, or we've realised the dividend as a result of that collaboration. Yes, it took more time. Yes, it took more patience. It took greater skill in negotiating those outcomes. But rather than it being done apart, separated by distance in terms of the way in which we played our different roles as both proponent and assessor, by bringing them together, we've actually achieved an outcome. And in many cases, developer has actually said to us, that process has actually improved my delivery, improved my outcome, and he can actually put a financial value on the improvement, and we both benefit. So it's a win-win outcome for both developer and planning agency.
You're an informed client in many ways, more ways than one. I understand that John Simpson's been helping guide that or provide advice from an architectural point of view, and do you also have internal people with design experience?
We do. The history of Southbank has been very much to invite criticism, constructive criticism of what we're doing and how we're going about it. And so again, the history of Southbank has been one where design advisory panels, master architects, master landscape architects, even people from other allied areas such as, say, events, from marketing, those people have been invited to regularly critique and hold the mirror up to the corporation about what it does and its practice of planning and urban design, to actually give us frank advice about what we could do better, where our successes are, where our failures are. So I think it's a measure of the organisation that we have been receptive to the opportunities to receive that kind of input, because I can honestly say that when we've received it, recognise the significance of what those people were saying and the way we've then been able to address our own practices to make sure that we don't, we can actually build upon that and take full advantage of it. I think that's been very healthy for us, and I'm absolutely sure it has improved our outcomes.